been in Singapore. I've seen so many familiar faces that I haven't seen for many years. So it's such an honor to be here to share the stories. And just hopefully, we can connect somehow and our experience, our story would be useful for you guys in any way that it could. So I thought my part would be the same story as Sunny because now I work for Misfit Wearables as well. But I will touch on a different angle of the story as a person who graduated from MBAs. What is the common path for MBA students and how do we end up in entrepreneurship and in startups? So starting off, I would like to ask, how many of you guys are actually on an MBA program or graduated? Wow, not many. How many of you actually think that at one point in your life in the future, you do an MBA? Right, much more. So have you guys heard a lot about MBAs, all the myths, all the reality? So what do you guys actually think, how likely it will lead you to an entrepreneurial life? So I want to share with you the story from my personal perspective only. So listen to it with your own judgment. So let me start with at the end of the year, as long we have a skit competition, kind of comedy, So one comedy that I remember the most is about where we go after MBA life. So then they will feature one guy in a suit, investment banker, I'm going to be investment banker next. And one person would say, oh, so what you mean is you don't mind not sleeping, okay? So then the next person will be with a suitcase, I want to be a management consultant. Then another guy would say, oh, so what you mean is that you don't mind traveling and you just want to collect points, right? And there's another guy, dressing pretty much like me, probably more casual, would say, I will be an entrepreneur. And then the next guy would say, oh, so what you actually mean is that you are unemployed. So despite of all of that, being an entrepreneur is so attractive. Everybody wants to work on their own dream, want to work on something, create something, but as you all know, it's not easy. And multiple times, a lot of people ended up in a startup just because they happen not to be able to find a job. Believe it or not, is that a good reason or not? Nobody knows, but that's how MBA's life would, finish. So despite of that, if I take the statistics from my own class, MBA 2011 from Sloan, around 10% of us work for a startup or, 10% of a startup, our own companies. Work for startup is still a different story. It is not as risky. So, 10%. How many of them will actually be successful, and how many of them will not regret later on in life that I didn't waste my 2 or 3 years going out of, any money, actually running down my saving on top of my study loan, a lot of scholarship. Well, there are not many scholarships, but most of us have to take out loans. So what is waiting for you if you actually want to be an entrepreneur after MBAs? So the two most important questions that I think everybody wants to know is that are MBA graduates more likely to be entrepreneurs than other non-MBA students? And the second question is that are MBA graduates more likely to succeed in their startups than other non-MBAs? Who would have the answer?
Because you have a biased statistic.
Have you found any statistics on that?
No, but the people who went to MBA already have a mindset or somewhat pre-selected for business.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So this statistics has always been a big question mark for me, because if we have the statistics, well, at least we have something that we can count on and answer. Unfortunately, even at MIT, we have done a lot of study based on the entrepreneurial students who left MIT with the startups, we actually managed to capture the revenue of these companies coming out of MIT, their contribution to the world. We know that the total revenue is now probably around the 11th largest GDP for any country in the world. So we could say that MIT GDP is now an 11th largest economy in the world. So you guys can understand the significance of entrepreneurship and how important the driving factor behind the growth of the US economy. It was driven by intellectual power, and especially from entrepreneurship. So even that, nobody actually came up with the statistics. At least I haven't come across it. Nobody knows why. So I can't give you the statistics, but I'm trying to answer this question just based on my own exposure from my friends, from MIT as the largest community that I'm exposed to. And I just want to share with you the story. So are they more likely to be entrepreneurs after MBA? To be honest with you, I don't think they are. I can't say that they are less likely to be entrepreneurs, but I don't think they are. So why are they not? Who else should be entrepreneurs apart from those who are actually very well trained in multiple skill sets for business? You do everything from corporate strategy to marketing, you know product management, you know everything, you know accounting, name all the skill set that you learn. And you're not confident to be an entrepreneur, and you wait for some guys from linguistics here who makes the story. So why is that? So I think, you know, from my exposure with my friends, the main reason is that it is opportunity cost. Why? Because getting out of MBA, we have so many good offers. We can be in investment banking or management consulting, definitely 6-digit number. Many of us at the time that we graduated from MBA, we were around like late 20s, about the time that we think of getting married, having babies, and setting up our own life. Starting a business means having a new baby who is not actually a physical baby that you want to have. So which baby do you want to have? So that is like the main cost that you just have to face. On top of that, I think probably 1% to 2% of MBA students actually have scholarship to fund their study, because everybody knows getting out of MBA, you get a lot of money. Why bother giving you money to study, right? So most of us coming out of MBA with debt, and we need to pay down debt before we actually think of buying a house. Everybody think of buying a house when they have, you know, family to start with. So opportunity cost is huge. And the other part is that do you actually have a passion? And I think this is probably the bigger question, because in MBA, or especially with people, I don't know, I just speak from my own experience. As a good student, we are used to having a very well-defined track to follow. We know that the closer we get to 100%, the better looking we are, clearly. And we have a very clear goal for probably almost 20 years of our life since we start grade 1, that all you need to shoot for is 100%, especially if we're from Asia, okay? Good or not, that's what is very clear. Now stepping out of school, what is good for you? What is the best? What is the thing that people would like ooh and ah and love you to have? What is the thing that your parents would be most proud of you? Or what is the one that you actually want? In many cases, they're not the same, but unfortunately, we usually care about how people think of us because we're a responsible person, right? So, and stepping out of school is so hard to know what is the best. So I don't know if other friends share this with me, but stepping out of school, I was confused. I don't know what is the best. I can no longer justify my effort by saying that I score 100%, okay? Get it? But this time, okay, being in investment banking, being the management consultant, or being an entrepreneur, which one is better? I have no idea. And with them, I don't even know that which route I will succeed the most and I will accomplish the most. I have no idea. So the main challenge for MBA students is usually before MBA, they already have a very nice track record academically and professionally. Usually after like 2 or 3 years out of college, we were in top firms. That's how we got into top schools for MBA. And now we got a top MBAs coming out of there. So what next? There's not another degree that we could aim for. PhD is definitely a different story. It's no longer a professional, goal. So what next? So most of us actually come back and thought, do we have a real passion that we want to let go of all the opportunities right in front of us? And many times we did not have it. And are you confident enough just to let go of all these opportunities that promise stability and prosperity to go for something that you actually are not passionate about and you don't even know if that is your real passion? So yeah, so I would name those two main challenges that MBAs would face before they make a decision to be entrepreneurs. Now, the second question I would like to discuss is that are MBA graduates more likely to succeed? Well, I actually did not have the answer. This morning, I talked to Sunny and said, what do you think? So his answer is, do you want to say it?
I forgot what I said.
Oh, you said that, well, between
Oh, yeah.
how likely to succeed between,
Yeah.
you want to say it?
Yeah, it's either, I mean, so, right, so what are the chances of succeeding doing a startup, right? And what are like good indicators of success in entrepreneurship, right? And so one of the things that we both learned from a common professor we both had at MIT was that success in entrepreneurship is a very poor indicator of success in entrepreneurship. Meaning chances are really low at every time you do a startup, and it doesn't really get that much better. So it's either really, really low chances or just really low chances of success. And it's just because it depends on the industry that you're in. Some has a different risk profile than others. Like if you have a molecule that really works to cure some disease, chances are you have a pretty good shot at a good biotech startup. But if you're just trying to do some consumer internet website or a web service or an app, good luck. You're gonna. It's really tough. So.
Yeah. So the story is between really, really unlikely to succeed and really unlikely to succeed. Well, the difference is kind of really, really, really insignificant. So I would say an MBA does not guarantee that you'll be more successful than a non-MBA graduate in startup worlds. Okay, so having said all that, why do we go for an MBA if we want to be an entrepreneur? Right?
Why MIT and Western and Pennsylvania opens their MBA program? Why?
Right, okay, yes. So I picked up Sloan because Sloan is the top school in entrepreneurship. I had no background in technology before I was an investment banker. So clearly I valued the education there. Walking in, I thought that this is where I would learn how to be an entrepreneur, especially in tech. I was not an engineer. I didn't even know how to install an antivirus program, and my brother helped me, okay? So the day I walked into MIT, Ed Roberts, who is like one of the most senior professors at Sloan for entrepreneurship, he talked to us a lot about like different career paths, different things, and he is so inspiring. Everybody there just sitting in his class thinking that they will walk out of Sloan and being an entrepreneur. Just love it. But then he tell more stories, he tell more and more, and at the end of my first class, and then I asked Ed, so tell me, are entrepreneurs born or made? Do you learn to be an entrepreneur, or it just means you're born with it? If it's just born with it, why bother, right? Then his answer, which is really, really good answer, he told me, okay, look, do you see an Olympiad an Olympics winner, strong athletes, are they born or made? And you just answer that question, and then you learn whether you want to learn to be an entrepreneur or not. So that resonates, and it comes with me for the whole life of MBA. I understand that, there's no way that you can only rely on education to be somebody. No way. Otherwise, we will have so many entrepreneurs, so many, whatever. So, of course, you will not only just learn to be somebody, and you will not only just were born to be somebody. But yes, you're born with something, you have the passion for it, and MBA adds on top of it to provide you with the tools, provide you with, the environment, and get you ready. So, that gets me through 2 years of MBA. So what did I get out of my MBAs after that encouragement from Ed Roberts? So I think I would like to share with you 3 things that I took advantage during my MBA, which I thought was very useful now that I got out of MBA and I found those values, those opportunities actually helped me a lot. The first thing, believe it or not, was not knowledge. It is networking. The network that you were in was the most valuable thing, at least for me. Why? It's from the other entrepreneurs in your ecosystem. You just found their stories, both successful stories and failure stories, just so inspiring. And you live with their stories, you understand what is waiting for you at the end of the line, what to expect and what to go through. And you just, feel, okay, I want to take that risk, or okay, that sounds awful. I really don't want it. So then the test, really, are you ready for failure? You will also get the networking from the community of engineers and friends, because when you start up from MBAs, you are definitely a non-technical person. Even though probably you got a PhD in engineers before, the day you decided to do MBA, it shows that you're no longer a technical person. Don't fool yourself, you need somebody to be your CTO. So at those schools, you really need to take advantage of that and go and look for soulmates who actually share your values, who can be your buddies, and who will complement you. And finally, from the ecosystem. So in the middle of Boston or in the Bay Area, on the other part of the country, the whole system of talents in technology, fundings, entrepreneurs, legal advisors, you name it, they all support the ecosystem there. So you know the people that who may fund your startup later on, or just simply they can lead you to the right people at the right time that you need. Okay, so the second thing, still not knowledge. Can somebody guess what is the second thing that I get? Just guess. Come on.
Degree.
Just so you know, startups don't care about my degree, unfortunately. So the second thing is actually skill sets. It's different from knowledge. Knowledge is what you learn. Skill sets is what you develop. So I name a couple of skill sets. Sales. You have to know how to present yourself. You present to an investor who will believe you and fund your startup. You will have to sell your product to the first customer, which is the most difficult customer to convince. You have to know it. And then you have to know how to expand your sales team so that you can scale your sales. And also you have to be able to convince whoever that you really want to invite to join your team. How do you convince that person? It's all about presentation, and how about sharing your story and getting people share the values with you. Management skills, very important in multiple dimensions that definitely you learn at MBA. But I think the most important skills that I learned at MBA is learning skill, because I never know what I will need until I actually jump in that and the demand arises. So So what I learned the most over my, my whole life of being overeducated is that whenever I need to learn something, I know where to find it and teach myself. There's no way getting out of school you have everything you need. So let's focus on the learning skill that when you get out of school, you know that you don't have it, where to find and learn it. That is the most important skill set of education, not any knowledge that you learn. And finally, of course, knowledge. However, I still discount knowledge. The reason is you need to know a lot at prop base, but when you really need somebody as an expert in that, and if you are a successful startup, you can hire people to come in and help you. And you have to be humble to work with people who know a lot more than you. So the day that you can actually bring in the people who are actually better than you, that's when you can actually grow. Otherwise, you hit the limit of your own, capacity. So, just to wrap up, my story, why do I share with you this story, and what do I want you to follow MBA or just abandon your MBA dreams and don't think about MBA, it's a waste of money? No, I don't want to make any statement. What I want to share with you is that, startup is not for everyone. You have to be really honest to yourself. Don't feel pressure when friends actually do startup, because if you want to have a lot of money, I don't think being an entrepreneur is the best choice. Going for other profession, maybe, you have a better chance, less risk. And if you have some certain skill set, you get money. But my thought around MBA is that think deeply whether you need it or not. Answer to yourself what you actually want. Will MBA provide you with the opportunities or not? Otherwise, at the end of the day, who you are is